When I was 14, I thought having sex with my boyfriend was being grown up. He wanted to have sex with me, and I thought I would lose him if I didn't go along with it. Besides, I thought I was too young to get pregnant, and we didn't have sex that often anyway. So, I decided to have sex. I guess I didn't know him as well as I thought I did, because soon after we started having sex, I found out that he was also having sex with someone else. I couldn't believe that he didn't understand. I did it for him. I would have never done it if I knew that I wasn't as special to him as he was to me. We got into a fight and we broke up. And then I missed one period, and I was late for my next. I panicked. I couldn't stand the thought of being pregnant by someone who I wasn't even seeing anymore. Someone who didn't even care about me.
On average, girls begin having their periods when they are 12 years old, and boys begin producing sperm at around 13. Once these events start to occur, teens become physically capable of having babies. Many girls think that they are too young to get pregnant. They believe that their age will prevent them from getting pregnant. Some teens also think that a girl can't get pregnant if it's her first time having sex. These are myths. They are not true. The reproductive facts are that if a male and a female have sexual intercourse at the time that the female's egg is being released, and it connects with the male's sperm, a female can get pregnant even if it is her first time having sex.
Having sex can cause other problems besides pregnancy. Teens may get certain kinds of infections which only spread through sexual involvement. Some of these infections have no cures and can permanently damage body organs. There's also the risk of getting HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Currently, there is no cure for AIDS. Also, some adults are finding they can't have a baby because of infections they got from having sex as teens. Some young people think having sex will make them grown up. A lot of boys think having sex will make them a man. A lot of girls think having sex will make them a woman. But having sex has little to do with being an adult. Being an adult means being able to develop healthy relationships, respect limits, and be safe.
Even if teens use protection, there is still a risk of pregnancy or a sexually transmitted disease. The only 100% sure way to prevent a pregnancy or a sexually transmitted disease is by saying no to sexual involvement.
In fact, having a baby or getting HIV/AIDS can reduce the chances of teens being able to do the things that make them really grown up, such as finishing school, making enough money to support themselves, and being free to choose their own style of life.
One of the ways that you can show that you are truly grown up is to take responsibility and be responsible for your own behavior.
Having sexual feelings and desires are a normal part of the teen years. Wanting to experience attention and affection from someone outside of your family is also a normal part of being a teen. As teens, signals from the inside of our bodies, really our hormones, make us increasingly aware of our own and others' sexuality.
These hormones can make our body react to sexual thoughts or sexual images when we don't expect to. A lot of the time, it's hard to make these thoughts and feelings go away. So what can we do? Well, first we need to recognize that these thoughts and feelings exist, that they are very real and very powerful.
Next, we need to learn some appropriate ways to handle them. That's what we're going to do now.
Look at this ad. Everything's about sex. It doesn't matter what they're trying to sell you, it just has to be about sex. Doesn't anyone ever think about anything else?
It doesn't seem like in magazines or on TV.
I look at these pictures and I feel like I need to look like that.
I wonder if I'm ever going to get to wear something like that.
You guys are just thinking about how you look. I'm just thinking about how fine these guys are.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you? Why don't you join us?
Oh, I'm about to go hang out with the guys.
I think you'd have a better time if you hang out with us.
Maybe I'll get with you later.
You do that.
Chill out. You're coming on so strong.
I don't know what's going on with me these days, but every guy I look at looks real good, and I just want to do something to get noticed by them.
Do you remember a few years ago when we couldn't stand the thought of boys? Now all we talk and think about is guys. What's going on?
It's called hormones.
I thought that was just a guy thing, having sexual thoughts pop up in your mind so much you couldn't think about anything else.
Yeah, but it's girls too. Trust me, I'll be sitting in class and all I can think about is this great body on the guy sitting across from me. I have no clue what the teacher's talking about.
We're just as bad as the guys.
As you can see, having sexual thoughts and feelings are normal. However, other feelings mix with the sexual feelings, increasing the pressures we feel. For example, sometimes teenage boys will wonder how long it's going to take before they begin to feel like and look like a man. Some teen girls worry about when they are going to feel like and look like a woman. When this happens, some teens may think, maybe if I have sex, it will make me feel more grown up. More of a man, more of a woman.
Adults in society can increase internal pressure in teens too. We may see a lot of people who are older than us doing stuff we know we're not ready for. Adults are in a better position to take responsibility for the consequences of their actions than our teens. But just because an adult is doing something doesn't mean it's a healthy choice for us. As teens, we need to know how to handle our sexual feelings so as not to feel pressured to act on them. One way we can respond to the feelings within us is to say, it's okay to think about sex, it's okay to talk about sex, it's even okay to show affection towards another person. It just may not be a healthy choice to have sex now.
Hey John, have you and Shannon done it yet?
No, why?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about having sex with Christina.
Well, does she want to?
We really haven't talked about it, but I've been thinking that, well, maybe we should do it.
Yeah, I know how you feel. I think about sex a lot. It kind of just pops into my head.
Yeah. I've heard some of the older guys talk about it. Makes me wonder what it will feel like and be like.
Yeah, like when Shannon and I are at a party or something, we see other couples kissing and stuff. It makes me wonder, should we be doing more?
Yeah, but my parents always taught me that it's risky having sex while young. Then again, in the movies, they have those hot, sexy love scenes. It makes it kind of hard to figure it all out. It makes it kind of hard to understand when's the right time.
Even though Christina really excites me, there's this voice inside my head saying, go for it. But there's also another voice talking back, saying, not now. You have your whole future ahead of you. I wonder if that's why we haven't done it.
Feeling these internal pressures and conflicting feelings is normal. They usually come from the natural desire to fit in, wanting to feel grown up, or to show love and affection towards another person. But there are other ways to meet these needs without becoming sexually involved. When you feel pressured from the voice inside you to become sexually involved, you can control how to respond to that voice by either ignoring it, putting your attention onto something else, or by firmly talking back to the voice.
When you're experiencing internal pressures, you can talk back by replacing the thought in your mind that's urging you on with new ones that give you reasons to resist the pressure. For example, let's see how Oscar talks back to himself when he's feeling pressure to act on his feelings.
If I told my friends I had sex, some of them would be pretty impressed with me, but they wouldn't think I was so cool if I got a sexually transmitted disease or infection.
You are in control of your actions and have the right to say no to pressures to become sexually involved, regardless of where the pressures come from. Here's another example. This is a situation that can happen to anyone. This time we want you to come up with the ways to handle the pressure.
You and Kyle have been dating for a while now, haven't you?
Yeah. Have you guys done it yet?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know if he wants to. Do you think he wants to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. Do you think I should talk to him about it?
No. Talking about it is awkward. You should just do it.
Just go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should. I wonder if he wants to. It's not like I really want to. Maybe I should. I don't know what to do.
Man, I'm fired today.
Hey, by the way, what's up with you and Julie?
Yeah, have you guys done anything?
No, not yet. Dude, why not?
I don't know.
What's the big deal?
I don't know. I guess I haven't really thought about it yet.
Gotta get on that.
You really think I should?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know why my friends keep bugging me about this. I don't feel ready. Not at all. What if my parents found out? This just really isn't what I want.
So how was class?
It was pretty good.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So my parents aren't going to be home tonight.
What? Oh!
Do you want to come over?
Really?
Yeah. Kyle, wait. I have to talk to you about something.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm pregnant.
I can't believe you're pregnant.
I know.
Didn't you guys use protection?
We did, but I guess protection doesn't always work. I don't know what my family's gonna think of me. Kyle won't even talk to me. I don't know what to do about school or sports.
You'll figure it out.
I hope so.
I can't believe you got her pregnant.
I know.
Dude, what are you gonna do about college?
Yeah, about that. I don't know, because now I have a kid to take care of.
You gotta think about the future, man.
Well, it's a little difficult now.
Do you regret it?
Yeah, I do. I'm not even talking to Julie anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I guess things are just really awkward right now.
A major pressure to become sexually involved can come from other teens. Some teens feel they won't be accepted by others or won't be a part of the group unless they go along with the crowd and do what they think their friends expect of them. Many of these teens don't want to be sexually involved, but they do it so they'll feel accepted. No one wants to feel left out or rejected.
Even teens who don't have sex feel pressure to say they do. These lies make other teens feel everybody else is having sex when they're not.
Pressures to become sexually involved often come from the person that you like. You might feel that you want to keep the relationship and that it might end if you don't have sex. Many teens ask themselves, how can I say no to the person that I like without hurting their feelings?
Derek, you missed the greatest game last night.
Yeah, I know, but it was worth it. Michelle's parents were out, and we went over to her house. We did it, if you know what I mean.
How was it? Give us all the details.
Do we have to talk about this?
What could be more interesting than talking about sex?
Yeah, James. How about you and Stephanie?
Derek, is sex all you think about?
You don't have to be so uptight. You can tell us.
Having sex right now could mess up my future. I have a lot of things I want to do with my life.
Chill out. I was just asking.
Hey, you look great today.
Thanks.
So, how about coming to my place later? No one's gonna be home. We can be alone. Do whatever we want.
I know what you want. You just want to have sex.
What's wrong with that? Come on, you know I care about you. And besides, we might not get another chance like this.
I already told you. I'm not going to have sex. I'm not ready to have sex at this point in my life, and I'm not going to do it.
Come on, everyone else is doing it.
I don't care if everyone else is doing it. I'm not everyone. And besides, I know a lot of my friends aren't doing it.
How are things going with you and Jonathan?
Well, we're together all the time, and when we're not, he's always texting me. I think he really loves me.
Well, since things are going so well, have you done it yet?
No, of course not.
What? Are you still a virgin?
I'm just not ready to have sex.
Look, if you use birth control, there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine.
No method of birth control is 100% safe. Not having sex is the only sure way of not getting pregnant.
Hey, Carlos, do you want to come over to my house this afternoon?
Oh, I wish I could, but I already told Mike and Jose I'll come play basketball with them.
Well, can't you tell them you'll meet them later? I mean, my mom has to take my sister to the doctor, and they're not going to be home till dinner.
Sorry, but I already made these plans.
Look, Carlos, you can play basketball anytime. This gives us a chance to be all alone and do whatever we want. Just tell your friends you're busy.
Yeah, but I already told them I was coming over.
Look, I don't understand. We're supposed to be a couple. I thought you wanted me as much as I want you. What's wrong with you anyway?
Look, I'm just not interested in getting involved in that way right now. But that doesn't mean I don't care about you. I do. Okay, look. You can hang out while I play basketball, and then afterwards we can go get something to eat together.
Okay.
Throughout your life, you'll experience various types of relationships. Some of these relationships will be close, long-lasting relationships, and some will not. At school, you know a lot of people. Most of them, however, are just classmates you don't consider friends yet. These types of relationships are referred to as acquaintances. They are the type of people you see in the hall, recognize in class, give a friendly smile to and say hello when you meet them. You may even have a casual conversation. Usually within these types of relationships, people don't show affection in a physical way.
There are people we know better and share different types of relationships with. These people are your friends. They are people you can trust. You can talk directly and honestly with them and enjoy doing things with them. You care about their feelings and try not to hurt them. You can put an arm around them or give them a friendly hug. You probably feel closer to some of your friends than others. This type of friendship develops over time. You may share secrets, hopes, and fears with these friends. This is the type of friend you go to when you're concerned about a problem you're having. You feel secure with this type of friend. You can cry in front of this friend when you can't cry in front of others. These friendships are important, meaningful relationships. If a meaningful relationship occurs in a dating relationship, there may be a desire to express your feelings in physical ways as well as through words and actions that show that you care. You may want to hold the person close and kiss them. You can also have a meaningful relationship with someone you are dating and not show your feelings to them in that way. You can set limits on how feelings are expressed physically. Committed relationships most often occur with a very special friend with whom you've developed a relationship over time. Most often, people do not form committed relationships until they are older. These relationships may last throughout your whole life. Within committed relationships, people can make various kinds of commitments to one another. They may share their feelings in very intimate ways. However, in committed relationships, there can be limits on the ways in which feelings are physically shown. For example, a person can be in a committed relationship with someone and never do more than put a caring arm around them. In other words, it's how deeply you feel about each other in a relationship that makes it committed, not how those feelings are physically shown. Sometimes it's difficult for teens to figure out exactly how they feel. Newly developing sexual feelings can be very confusing and hard to handle. It's also tough dealing with the social pressure to be like our peers. It's hard to sort out our own values and beliefs, especially about sex, from all those different messages we get from our parents, other adults, and the media. We may be curious about what having sex is like, while at the same time wondering what our parents would think if we did it, or what would happen to us if we had sex.
It is important to remember that it's okay to think about sex. It's okay to talk about sex, it's okay to develop feelings about sex, and it's okay to show affection towards another person. It just may not be a healthy choice to have sex now. There are plenty of effective ways to say no. One way is to develop your own set of values and attitudes about sex that let you do what's right for you, even if your friends or classmates have different values. Here are some ways you can express your decision to postpone sexual involvement to others.
I wonder what it would feel like and be like, and I'd like to find out, but I'm gonna wait.
I thought about having sex, but I'm not gonna do it.
The idea of sex sounds exciting, but I'm not ready for it yet.
There are also skills that you can develop that will help you communicate your intent to not become sexually involved. An important skill is knowing how to look when you say no. If you know how to look, you can become more effective when saying no in a situation where someone is asking you to do something that you don't want to do. For example, avoid gestures or mannerisms such as wringing your hands or continuously shuffling positions. This sends the nonverbal message that you are insecure in your decision. Instead, your facial expressions, body movements, and hand gestures should reflect the verbal message, firm and self-assured. Make eye contact with the person directly. Do not stare at the floor or the ceiling.
We're going to show you a 3-step assertive skill for saying no, plus how to look and act when using these steps. The first step is to say no and repeat it.
Hey, my parents aren't home. How about coming over?
No.
Come on, we won't get another chance like this for a long time.
No, I'm not coming over.
If you keep saying no firmly enough and clearly enough, the other person will usually get the message. Whatever you do, don't get tricked into giving a list of reasons and don't give in to threats.
The second step is to reverse the pressure by telling the person how the pressure makes you feel. And then by asking, why do you keep pressuring me after I said no?
No one will ever know.
All this pressure makes me feel like you don't respect my right to say no.
Please come over.
Why do you keep pressuring me after I already said no?
The third step is simply refusing to discuss the matter any further.
I just want to show you how much I care about you.
I'm not going to talk about this anymore.
If you really cared about me, you'd come over.
Look, my parents are home, and we're making pizza tonight. Why don't you just come over and hang out?
Okay. I would get in trouble if my parents found out you were over.
If necessary, you may remove yourself from the situation. Just simply walk away. If the person pressuring you truly cares about you, this shouldn't be necessary. Now, let's see how to use all 3 steps together.
Hey, my parents aren't home. How about coming over?
No.
Come on, we won't get another chance like this for a long time.
No, I'm not coming over.
No one will ever know.
All this pressure makes me feel like you don't respect my right to say no.
Please come over.
Why do you keep pressuring me after I already said no?
I just want to show you how much I care about you.
I'm not going to talk about this anymore.
If you really cared about me, you'd come over.
Look, my parents are home, and we're making pizza tonight. Why don't you just come over and hang out?
Okay. I would get in trouble if my parents found out you were over.
Hey Rachel, what's up? Hey guys, I have some great news. My parents are letting me have a birthday party. It's gonna be at the pool. Cool. When? This weekend. There's gonna be food and dancing. And you know my brother? He's gonna DJ.
Oh, awesome. I heard he has a great sound system.
Yup. And there's a big deck by the pool, and it's gonna be covered in colored lights. It's gonna be so nice. And we're gonna have a barbecue. At the pool?
A barbecue? I'm there.
Awesome. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Sure. Of course.
Are you guys going to Rachel's party?
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't sound too excited about it.
I don't know, I guess it will be fun. What about you, Mike? Are you going?
Not only am I going, Rachel asked me to be your date.
Date? She asked you? Is she your girlfriend?
Very funny. I can't believe Rachel asked you. How do you get a girl to ask you out?
He paid her.
You guys are so funny.
I need a date. Maybe I'll just meet someone there.
You mean a date? What for?
Dates are fun.
As friends, maybe.
Maybe you'll end up with somebody by the end of the night.
Whatever, I gotta go.
What's up with her?
I don't know. Did I say something wrong?
What do I need to know? Dear Holly, I've been invited to a friend's pool party. She has a date. My other friends are talking about getting a date or meeting someone there. I'm not thrilled about wearing a bathing suit at the party. To tell the truth, I'm really not that excited about the whole thing. Is there something wrong with me?
Is there something wrong with me? This is a question teens ask most often.
Girls and guys alike wonder if there's something wrong with them. Hi, I'm Holly, and this is Zach.
Hi. I've got a letter here from a guy who's going to a party and he doesn't have a date yet. He's worried he won't get the nerve to ask anyone out, that maybe he's not keeping pace with his friends.
You think these two know each other?
I don't know about that, but here's what I do know. When it comes to growing up in puberty, there isn't any one thing that's considered normal. In fact, it's different for everyone. Let's take a look at this clip. Puberty is the word we use in early adolescence when sex hormones start to increase dramatically and both males and females begin to develop sexually. Hormones are chemicals produced in the body. Estrogen and progesterone cause girls to develop breasts and hips and begin menstruation. Testosterone causes boys to develop deeper voices, broader shoulders, and to grow more hair on their bodies, including facial hair. Both boys and girls begin to grow hair on the genital area and under the armpits.
Menstruation is another word for getting your period. Approximately once each month, a tiny cell called an egg is released from one of the ovaries. That's called ovulation. It travels down the fallopian tubes where it can be fertilized by a sperm if a girl has had sexual intercourse.
Sperm are cells contained in the semen that males produce daily starting in puberty. A small amount of semen, the sticky fluid containing millions of sperm cells, is released through the penis. The fertilized egg enters the uterus and implants itself on the uterine wall and develops into an embryo, then a fetus, and eventually becomes a baby. If fertilization doesn't occur, the egg dies and is eliminated from the uterus along with blood and other tissue during the girl's period.
But what does all this have to do with parties and dates?
Well, those hormones that are responsible for all these physical changes can also cause changes in our emotions as well. We might begin to have another kind of interest in people, a sexual interest.
Because these changes occur at different times for different people, some teens are interested in dating and some aren't. As teens begin to develop physically, they're also growing emotionally. Deeper relationships begin to form, and eventually romance can enter the picture.
Feelings about many things may become more intense, more complicated. Moods can erupt suddenly and pass quickly. Everyone experiences different hormonal changes at different times.
So the answer to our reader's question, is there something wrong with me, is no. There's nothing wrong with her.
It can be hard, though, if you're the first person or one of the last of your friends to go through puberty.
You might feel alone and ahead of schedule, or you might feel left behind, but these differences are very normal, and eventually everyone gets there.
It says here that girls can start puberty as early as age 8. Can you believe that?
My cousin said that she got her period when she turned 11. She said that she could have a baby. Not that she would, but that she could.
No way. I think that you have to be older.
Well, that's what she told me. She told me all about how babies are made.
Well, I know how babies are made, but I've never heard of an 11-year-old having a baby. I don't think it's possible.
Well, she's not having sex, so she couldn't have a baby. But if you have your period, you can get pregnant if you have sex.
I don't know. We can look it up on this website.
Yeah, see, it says right here. When you begin menstruation, you can get pregnant. You can ask them questions.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a question to ask them.
What are you going to ask?
You know.
Oh, that.
Dear Holly and Zach, my chest is uneven. One side is bigger than the other. Is this normal?
Yes, that's totally normal. No part of your body is perfectly symmetrical, and sometimes breasts are different in size. There are lots of common myths about what you might hear is normal and what is not. For example, when I was a kid, I thought that if a girl drank lots of milk, her breasts would grow larger, or if she slept on her stomach, that they would stop growing. Neither of those is true. Just like you can't control your height, you can't control the size of individual parts of your body.
Boys sometimes worry when they hit puberty because their chests swell for a short time. They think it isn't normal, but it is. Some boys think it's abnormal to get an erection during the day. An erection is when the penis fills with blood and becomes firm. Although an erection is usually due to sexual excitement, it is common for boys and young men to experience them without an apparent reason.
When some boys have a wet dream for the first time, they worry that something is wrong with them, or they're embarrassed about it. A wet dream is when a boy ejaculates or releases semen while he is sleeping. Erections and wet dreams are not something you can control, and they are totally normal.
Most teenagers have the same doubts and fears. Most go through a time where they think maybe they aren't normal. But remember, normal is different for everyone.
Some people's bodies develop at a younger age, and some take longer to look mature. Some people feel happy about looking more grown up, and some people feel shy about it. Just like there isn't one normal hair color, eye color, skin color, or height, There isn't a single normal way that young people develop into adults.
Look, Tyler, they have a quiz.
Cool, let's take it.
Okay, it's like a true or false quiz. I'll ask you. True or false? A girl cannot get pregnant right after her period.
True.
False. It says here that a teenage girl can get pregnant almost any time. Teenage girls' bodies are not mature enough to predict when the ovulation will happen, and that's the time you can get pregnant.
Cool, let me ask you one.
Okay.
Okay, a guy has wet dreams because he thinks about sex too much.
I guess that's probably true.
Nope. It says here that a guy can produce at least 200 million sperm a day. Wet dreams are just one way for the body to release the semen that it has made.
Okay, my turn. True or false? Teens don't usually get sexually transmitted diseases or infections like syphilis, gonorrhea, and chlamydia.
Right.
Wrong. 1 in 4 sexually active teens contract a sexually transmitted disease each year. Anytime a teen has sex, they risk contracting a sexually transmitted disease from an infected person. They can become infected even if it's their first time.
Whoa.
Sexually transmitted diseases or infections are usually transmitted through sexual contact, but some, like herpes, can be transmitted by touching the infected area.
A lot of teens don't realize that sexually transmitted diseases or infections can result in them never being able to have a child. They can cause brain damage, and some, like AIDS, can be fatal.
Symptoms of some common sexually transmitted diseases or infections include itching, discharge, redness, and blisters. But in some of the STDs teens frequently get, the most common symptom is no symptoms at all. If someone thinks they might have put themselves at risk for getting an STD, they should go see a doctor right away.
Condoms and spermicide can help reduce the risk of STDs in pregnancy. A condom is a sheath that covers the penis during sexual activity. However, the only 100% sure way to prevent STDs or pregnancy is to not have sex.
There is a lot to know about puberty and sex. Some young people feel dumb asking a question because they think that everyone else knows the answer. But you can be sure that no matter what your question is, there are plenty of other people that are wondering the exact same thing.
So it's important to ask questions. How else will you learn?
If you have concerns about sex or your own growth and development, talk to your parents, teacher, healthcare provider, or guidance counselor. There are plenty of good books on the subject too. Don't be afraid to find out about one of the most important aspects of your life.